Welcome to
No fucking filter.
It'll be fun.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Welcome back, you guys, to the NFF podcast.
Welcome back. Let's do a vibe check.
Yeah.
What's your vibe?
Feeling really good. Honestly, the weather in Calgary has kind of changed and it's been wonderful, but we're about to get another dump of snow, so that's great.
Yeah, it's fake spring right now.
Yeah, literally. What about you? How's your vibes?
Vibes are good. We recorded an episode yesterday and Sophia came in hot with like so much energy and I was feeling a little grumpy and in a bad mood. But I think today we're on the same level.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to do a little catch up and a little recap.
I know today's episode is just going to be kind of nice. We haven't done something like this yet. It's going to be chill. We're going to talk. We're going to answer some of your guys' questions that you've submitted on Instagram. We want to do these more often, just kind of like a more casual chat, see what comes up naturally and kind of catch up.
Yeah. How's business right now for you? What are you working on? Sorry, if you guys are just listening and not watching, Harvey is obsessed with his squeaky toy and he keeps bringing it over to Sophia to play.
And I'm not mad about it. Here, let's give you a little squeak. Oh my God, that's very loud.
Sorry if you're listening with your headphones.
Here you go, Harv. Business-wise, I think I'm just, doing some smaller session edits and stuff. And just honestly, I could use more work.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to talk about this because I think from what I'm seeing around, we're all feeling a bit of a pinch. I think the economy,
Yeah.
We're not going to get too deep into this, guys, but I think, photography is a luxury item. You don't need it, and everyone's feeling the pinch with like the cost of living and all that. So they're not booking as much. And if we're not working, we are not getting paid.
No.
So I'm feeling the struggle a little bit too. Usually this time of year is not really wedding time, but I have a lot of other small stuff to carry me through. And this year it's just not really coming.
No. It's been way quieter. And I think because we had like a big boom right after COVID too, like everyone was kind of eager to get married or like do sessions. And then we're seeing that like fall that's like it's leveling out a little bit. And then we're going to see a rise again, right? They've talked about it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, our business is not easy because we're so busy certain parts of the year and then like literally nothing coming in.
Yeah.
And it's stressful.
It is stressful. It's tough. I have these like days where I'm like, should I go get another job?
Literally.
But then if I'm working at another job and photography work comes around, then I can't take that. So it's kind of this weird like time of year, this weird like lull that's a little scary.
Times are tough. And you're right. Like I feel like everyone's booking mini sessions or like advertising mini sessions because we're all in the same boat. And it's just,
Sadly, I think we're going to see a lot of people that are just getting started maybe have to go back to those jobs or not be able to like leave their job, but we'll see. We'll ride it out.
I know, frick.
How are your wedding bookings going? Do you feel like you've got like a good solid season lined up, or are you getting a lot of
You're asking all the wrong questions. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm asking selfishly because I want to trauma dump on you.
Yeah, no. It's also a struggle these days because I'm finding every client is literally asking or shopping around for like prices and stuff. And it's, you always want a client that like absolutely loves you, but I'm finding it really tough right now.
Shopping, or I feel like every photographer that's listening to this is probably getting the exact same inquiries that we are because people are just copy and pasting them. Actually, we had last week the same
we
inquiry,
did.
and we were like, okay, I haven't heard back. Have you?
No,
neither of us heard back.
No, so. You would be the first to know. No.
Yeah, it's the struggle's real.
Yeah,
it's a lot of ups and downs. I mean, it always works out, but not having like a steady stream of income coming in can be frightening. And I feel like no one's talking about it. People love on their Instagram to be like, I'm fully booked, or like only taking on this whatever. And I'm sure that's true for a lot of people, but no one's like, hey, times are a little shaky out here.
Yeah. And this is why we started this freaking podcast, because it's like, we're going to tell you guys the hard truths. And this is actually what it, like, you know, we're going to be honest. It's not pretty during certain times of the year. And we're stressed, we're worried, we're thinking, when are we gonna book the next thing? And 2025 is open. Are your books open?
Yep.
How's your 2025 season?
I have
looking?
a few booked. I'm not really ideally I'd like to book a few more 2024s before I start worrying about 2025. There's still so much time left, and honestly, some of my favorite ones that I book come a bit later because they're like a bit more of a chill wedding usually. But
the last minute ones are sometimes really surprising because it's like, we just want to get married and we're just making it happen. And
what are some things you're doing to kind of keep going or like generate income or plan or whatever?
Lisa, what are some things that you're doing?
Well, I don't know. I know. We know how I feel about mini sessions, so I'm trying. Yeah. I did a round of them, but I'm trying to not do that. I really don't want to. I'm kind of just really focusing on Insta and tightening up my website a little bit. I don't know. You guys probably won't hear their episode before you listen to this, but we had some people on that gave us some advice on their on our website.
Super helpful.
We're doing that. Hopefully Google will have our backs and bump us up a little bit.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I think people put us in a little bit of a box when, you know, obviously we're advertising that we specialize in weddings, or that's like our main thing that we focus on, but it kind of puts us in a box. And throughout the year, like, a really great way to continue, right? Because weddings kind of, you know, they're obviously still happening throughout the year, but they happen a little less because our winters are freaking cold. So
Alberta definitely has like a wedding season.
Yeah, totally. And like, some people have it year round, but they're way less, right? And I don't really do too many in the winter.
No.
But we aren't just in this little wedding box. Like, we do, you do a lot of branding shoots.
Yep.
I do video. You do lots of family, newborn, maternity. Yeah. We both do. So there's like times for that, which keeps us like a little bit busy, but it's definitely, like we have noticed a really big decrease lately. And I think you're right. It is from the economy.
Yeah. And people don't want to spend, like, we've talked about asking for discounts. That's definitely happening. Or people want smaller sessions, which we don't really offer.
Yeah.
Like, people just want those $100 sessions. And for us, it's really just not worth our while. Like, you can't pay the bills.
No,
with that, so
100%. We charge what we charge for certain reasons. And I think, like, you and I will make a podcast episode, diving really into that, because I think a lot of people don't understand like what the price breakdown is, and so we could like talk about that. But yeah, times are tough right now. But let's lighten the mood.
We went in dark, but things are gonna.
Usually we have like wine glasses or
we're
bubblies.
So we're both not really drinking right now. We're preparing for Sophia's bachelorette because we're gonna be in bathing suits,
which should be the absolute opposite. I should be like drinking.
Yeah, that's true. We should be building up our tolerance, but
it's the opposite.
Instead, we're trying to get skinny.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So we're cheersing with our huge water bottles.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's coming up very soon.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait. Excited. Should we tell everyone what we're doing for it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to tell you everything because some of it's secret, but we're going to Arizona.
Yes.
Which I'm so excited for.
This is like my one, it's kind of like my opportunity to bring the trip out of the group chat. You know how everyone's always said that, like, this is the one time I get to go and actually hang out with all my favorite girls and like soak in the sun, go to the pool. Like, I'm a fish in water. So if you give me a pool and sunshine, I'm happy.
Well, we rented a very sweet house with a very sweet pool, and we have some fun activities planned. Sophia loves a theme.
I love
to get dressed up, so we have
you don't know
some
me
plans.
Yeah, I love a theme.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like I don't know. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of content.
Oh, I have been already in my phone. I've been saving all of the like different songs and ideas that I want to make on TikTok. So if you're interested,
you're going to have to give me
along,
a few cocktails for that.
You will have them, yes. And yeah, they're going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I'm envisioning them, but I hope all the girls are like down to make TikToks.
We'll find out.
I'm going to feel like a 15-year-old girl again and just like, let's make dances. And everyone's going to be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah, we're trying to kind of do as much pod recording now as we can. April's a bit of a write-off. I'm going away for a couple weeks. Then we have the Bachelorette, and then we're coming back, and then soon it will be getting into wedding time. So tell me, how's wedding planning going? It's a loaded question.
It is, yeah. It's good. There's so much. Like, I'm full on in it. Like, if, it's actually maybe a good thing I'm not super busy with work because I feel like I've just taken on a full-time job wedding planning. But, we're less than 3 months away. It's going to be so soon. It's crazy. Time is a weird concept.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I keep thinking about the day and just like enjoying being with everyone, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I can't
I'm trying not to get stressed out about the little details because that really doesn't necessarily need to
just
be stressful.
Practice what you preach.
I know. I know.
This is your chance to like put all those things you tell your couples into action.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait. We've got some exciting things coming up.
Yeah.
And then we've got some exciting pod things coming up too.
True. Yeah. And like you said, we're just trying to film as much as possible so that we can have it under, because like right after the wedding too, we get into our season. Our season really ramps up. So we won't have tons of time to like actually record, but we will not be letting anyone down. We are always going to be coming out with an episode every 2 weeks. Yeah,
we have some exciting guests already that we've recorded with that we know you guys are going to love.
And there's more to come. I'm excited to get some more people in our chair in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we share with them a couple of people that we want to get on, or some people we want to talk to?
Yeah, actually, let's like put it out in the space, see if anyone is listening that would maybe be like, oh, I know someone who is.
Well, we have already. We just need to book them in, but a therapist that I did some branding for is going to come on and talk to us about like burnout and how to manage stress in busy season, or if you're wedding planning, that kind of thing. So I'm really excited about that. We'd love to get a planner. We have a couple in mind that we're like stalking.
Yeah.
So you know who you are.
A planner would be so good. We haven't had anything like that.
Yeah. A florist,
makeup and hair artist, like, because I feel like they have
have some hot tea.
Yeah. And then like outside of the wedding industry too, like your therapist, but like maybe, more like couples or like people who have experienced really great experiences, or maybe some really terrible
experiences. Well, we're going to get you and Luke in the hot seat after the wedding.
Yeah.
I'm going to
we will lay
a little interview because I know there's some things to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can lay it all out on the line.
Yeah. Well, if you're one of our past couples and you'd like to come on and talk about your experience, or if you've had an experience with some other vendors, not us.
I think a huge topic that we want to talk about in the future too is dress shops, dress shopping experiences, because we've heard some crazy stories or some really good stories, and it just, that's a kind of a fun topic to get into too, right?
Yeah, we also want to hear your ideas.
Yeah.
So if you guys have anything you want us to talk about,
anything you want us to uncover,
to serve you.
a no filter.
We'll take the filter off.
Yeah, let us know. But should we get into the questions?
Yeah.
What do you think?
We have some questions. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Let's go one for one. So I will maybe read actually, you go ahead with your first question. I'll pull mine up.
Okay. Advice for newbies. Pricing plus just discuss sucking for a while at first. Yeah.
Yes. That's just like my biggest tip would be you need to be shooting like every day.
Yeah. Shoot everything. Hit up all your friends with kids, whatever, offer some free stuff. Your shoots are not all going to be like epic, but that you're just going to have to like go through them. You're going to have to figure out what lighting works best for you, how to handle it.
And this is the thing. You'll grow so much quicker if you're shooting every single day, because you're constantly being pushed out of your comfort zone. You're constantly training, or not training, but like, you're growing, you're learning every single time you pick up your camera, you're learning. So like if you were to like only pick it up once a week, your learning progress in that year is going to be like so shortened, right? Because you need to be, the more you shoot, the more you practice and learn.
And then in terms of pricing, I feel like if you're just starting and you don't have a portfolio, you can't be charging people. You're going to have to do some free shoots. But when someone approaches you and asks you to shoot, then you can charge. But you can't be like seeing what us veterans are charging and come off with that. Like your first few shoots might just be a couple $100, but be excited about that. Yeah. Someone's paying you.
You have to pay your dues, right? Yeah. And it'll just naturally happen. I feel like it always, like, it just starts to snowball. Like you'll get your first person inquiring with you and you're like, oh my God, like I don't even know this person. This is cool. Like, but, you know, I think being open with expectations too, like obviously people, I think letting them know that you are just starting out, you're charging X amount because you're just starting out, that those expectations need to be kind of made, right? Because if you're selling a dream and you're not delivering, that'll kind of shoot you in the foot too.
Yeah. And we've talked about kind of how it is a slow burn. And I feel like as much as you're super excited and you want to be growing your business and be really busy, you kind of got to ease into it or you're going to tire yourself out.
Exactly.
It's like, putting in that time and kind of slowly working your way up will serve you in the end.
I think also another tip is just to shoot, like you said, like everything. Don't kind of like put yourself in a box right away because you don't actually know what you really enjoy shooting. True. So say yes to the branding shoot, say yes to the family shoot, and that will just automatically let you grow as well. And then
and it's just more people that you're networking with. Like someone at that branding shoot might know someone who wants family photos or whatever. So,
exactly. You kind of have to rough it for a little bit, right? To get to where you want to be. So
sorry if you were wanting to hear something else.
Starting out is hard, but oh, and one more thing, post. Just do not be scared.
Start an Instagram. Make a website.
It doesn't need to be perfect. That's the thing. Like post. Because any content is content and you just want to get your name out there and showcase like what you can do. And if you don't have someone booking you or you don't have content, make the content for yourself. Like grab your mom's ring or grab a friend's ring and grab some shoes. Like if you're wanting to do like some wedding stuff, like you don't need people sometimes, like just get some flat lay stuff together and like just thinking about posting.
Yeah. Sharing personal work too.
Yeah.
If you're going on a trip, you can share
filter that in. And that's our tips. Hope that helps.
Tips from the experts.
We've all been there.
No one's qualified us for this.
No. Okay, we got one here. Let's see. Okay, how do you stay creative with the things you've shot a million times?
Ooh, that's a really good question. It's hard, to be honest.
It is.
For me, it's not so much like the things, it's like venues, like shooting at the same venue over and over. A lot of them I love because they change, or the light changes, or depending on the season, it's really different. But some indoor venues are just always the same. There's one in mind. We both know what it is. I'm not going to say it. And that's hard. But I think social media has sort of given us this expectation that you need to be doing something epic every time and something wild and crazy. But sometimes you're just there to like shoot the day.
Exactly.
And the things that are going to make it different are the people. So for me, it's just always like focusing on the people that makes it different.
Well, and every wedding couple has like different details and style and stuff. So we kind of like lean into that, which is nice. Like I feel like our you're right, like the people always are changing. It's the spaces and stuff. I'm a robot almost, like during certain times of the year. And I'm like, okay, I need to like step away and be like, how do I approach this differently? Because I do kind of get locked into a cycle.
I think that's kind of a symptom of burnout too. Also, another way to stay creative is to kind of look at some new content. So watch a different movie and you can get inspired by that. Or this is such a funny thing, but Zara Kids is like crushing it with their ad campaigns. And every time I see one, you just posted this on your Instagram. I'm so inspired. I'm like, I have so many ideas for family shoots. So I think, just kind of immersing yourself in some new media or like whatever.
I like that tip. That's a great tip.
Also, new places.
Yes.
I preach this a lot with wedding clients and engagement shoots. I'm like, there's no formula to the day. We don't have to go stand in a field for an hour. We could go to your favorite brewery and get beers for your engagement shoot. We could go bowling. I don't know, whatever, something different. Like that would be inspiring, I think, is just doing something you haven't done before.
Totally, 100%. I love that. And it makes for such good photos too, right? Like, and pushes us out of our comfort zone.
Yeah. Although some of it's pretty out there. I literally just saw someone did a photo shoot in like a laundromat.
I actually love that.
It's cool. I don't know.
I mean, maybe the couple loves to do laundry.
Maybe. I don't know. You can do anything, guys. Change it up.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what's a crazy place that just off the top of your head, where would you like never before seen doctor's office?
A little role play, maybe? Yeah, there's so many places actually. I don't want to say them because then I'm going to see it pop up on some stuff. But there's so many places I want to go to. So just finding those, if you don't have a couple that's hiring you to do something different that you're inspired by, just get some friends and go do it.
Yep, 100%. Okay, do you have another question? We have so many questions, actually.
So many questions. What did you think you'd be before you became a photographer?
Okay, I'm going way back. I'll tell you the original thing. Like, I have a
marine
book.
Biologist.
Very close, I know. I have a book from my kindergarten where they ask you all those questions. And one was, what do you want to be when you grow up? Mine was a mermaid. Still lives inside me. Still a dream. But anyway, what was yours?
I don't know what my like way back original one was. I'm such a nerd. I feel like I always wanted to be a librarian. I wanted to like tape books and like put them on the shelf.
You can still do that if that's your dream.
Well, now I'm a mom and I have to clean up everyone's shit and it's not as satisfying.
No. You're like, that dream came true in a different way.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably something creative, because I did have a job before that was zero creativity and it was like sucking my soul. So
yeah,
I don't know. You? Do you have, like, what would you be?
Well,
do you know?
Before, like, I actually have always wished there was, like, 10 of me, or that life just lasted a lot longer, because I've never been good at school. We'll just get that out of the way. I've always been a very creative person. So like I've always really liked makeup and hair. So like that was a passion of mine for a while. Like the amount of makeup I have is kind of outrageous and I need to chill on that a bit. But I just enjoy doing it. And then for a while there was, God, I'm crazy. I just had so many ideas. I wanted to be a fashion designer. I used to draw all these like random clothes.
I used to do that too. That was on my list. I wanted to be.
See, I feel like, honestly, I feel like so many people can like relate to us because we are creatives, right? And so like we've always like we're kind of dabbling in like all these different totally. Right? Or I think we're We're lefties.
I missed that day of school.
Yeah, honestly, don't
not going to be a doctor, that's for sure.
Those people that aspire to like, I just couldn't. And are you self-taught? Because I am like.
Yeah, I just started dabbling in it, and then I did do a lot of like courses and workshops. Nothing like official. I always think it's kind of funny when people ask that, like, did you go to school for photography? And I personally don't think that matters at all. Because you could go to school and still, I think you either have the eye for it.
Oh, totally.
Or you don't.
And my mom, like, she always thought that this was like a talent of mine that like, and I always just had it as a hobby and then finally made it something. But, I was always thinking, like, I should go to school. I always wanted to go to film school. That is still, like, kind of a dream to do, like, more, like, to be a director, like, do actual big... That's not going to ever happen, but, like...
Don't sell yourself short.
But maybe when I'm, like, 90 years old, I'll, like, graduate and I can start making my movie. But I love video and, like, movies, and I love dissecting movies when I'm watching them and stuff, too, and... I think that's always been a dream, but I am terrible at school, you guys. Like, I literally can't. Like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, maybe it's undiagnosed ADHD. I don't know, but like, I just can't.
School's not for everyone.
It's not for me. I'm very like.
I was a big nerd who like really cared about school.
That is so sweet, and honestly, I don't know how we're so similar but so opposite at the same time. Like, it's.
I wish I tried harder in school because I kind of like coasted.
Sounds like you did try hard. No?
Not really. Like it came easy to me, so I didn't put in a lot of effort and still like did okay. But I wish I actually like tried.
Right. If you tried, you would have. Yeah. You would have been a doctor.
Yeah. You're right. Probably not, but yeah.
Anything else you would have wanted to do, or?
I don't know. I love cooking, so maybe I would like be a chef or something.
Okay, actually, though, everyone needs to know you are an amazing cook. Like,
it's my love language is like feeding people.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm surrounded by such good cooks, and I cannot feed myself, like, or cook for myself. You and Luke are just insane. I'm like, there's just no way I will ever get to that level.
It's
so
good
like,
to be
I'll
you.
Just let you guys.
You get to just eat our delicious food.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Hit me with another one here.
Okay. Are there any parts of a wedding day that you're tired of shooting?
Oh, no.
Family photos.
Oh, yeah, family photos. But no, because we kind of had like, if you guys listened to the Becky episode, we really kind of talked about like how important those are.
They are.
And I've had a different mindset shift. Yeah. Ask me after I've shot 20 weddings, but I don't know. This time of year, even though we're kind of like feeling a bit bummed out about how business is going, I'm so inspired and I'm like keen. I'm ready to get back in there, and I'm like just pumped for every part of a wedding.
Amazing.
So no, nothing really.
I think it's always so exciting the first like couple that we get to go to, because we are just itching to like. Hot tip: book spring weddings when your vendors are fresh, because you are gonna get the best service. Yeah. Well, you'll get the best service all year round. I promise.
That's true. That's true. Even in October.
Yeah, but we are a little bit more hyped up for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think every wedding day is so different, and every part of every wedding day is so different. So
that is a really good question.
It is. Okay, next question. Any weddings where you were like, oh yeah, that's not going to work out?
Okay.
I'm dying. That's amazing.
That is such a good question.
Well,
I will have to say that I feel like we can get a really good read on couples. I have had engagement shoots where obviously like couples argue, it's normal, but you can just really tell. I feel like you can. And then I have had one prediction and it happened. It came through.
So what happened? Like they broke up after the wedding?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, get married for the right reasons, I feel like, you know, because it's just, you got to make sure that you're happy. And
yeah, I've definitely shot somewhere I can tell that one person's really not into it.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because if you're not into it already by your wedding,
yeah,
it's a downhill slide.
I don't think there's anything going up from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like some people, I'm like, do you guys even like each other?
Have you had like?
I had a couple break up before the wedding. He cheated on her, and she like posted. She let it all out on her Instagram, and they ended up canceling their wedding. But you know what? I could tell at their engagement shoot that something was just off. Like he was kind of a dick, and it just wow. Good riddance. She escaped. Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
What made you want to start a podcast, and what has been our favorite part of this journey?
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of spoke about this in our first episode, but we have a lot to share, and we are seeing that a lot of people aren't sharing really like this like side of things. Mm-hmm. We want to kind of expose and make it more normal, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I think it's maybe our way of like creating a community a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also just think we're funny.
I just wanted to hang out with you all the time.
We just need more ways to hang out with each other.
Yeah. We kind of come up with like new business ideas every single day, which is crazy. We kind of
you know what? There's not like a lot of people in my life. I mean, obviously there's tons of people in my life that I love being around, but I don't have a ton of people in my life where I hang out with them and I'm just like have so much energy and I'm jazzed, but for some reason you bring that out in me.
Oh my gosh.
And every time we hang out, we spiral into like 1,000 new ideas, but it's great. Like I always feel so motivated after we spend time together. I feel
like literally the same way. And I just feel like we hit on so many different, like, I don't know. It's just so wonderful, like having this with you and stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, okay, so we'll finish up this question, but the next question I have kind of talks about this as well. So, but what was the other side of this question? Oh,
what's been your favorite part of the journey so far?
I think honestly, kind of growth almost, and like some celebrations that we've had, and like hitting some milestones, and just like kind of having really good feedback from people.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of went into it with no expectations. Just we were like, no, we're not going to think of this. We're not doing this for like the business, whatever. This is a passion project. Hopefully something comes of it, but if it doesn't, no hard feelings. It is what it is. But just getting those messages from you guys every time we post a new episode, and knowing that, I mean, we really didn't know. It's scary to put it out there and be like, hopefully everyone likes it, and to see new people following us every week, and just we've like ran into people that were like, hey, are you the podcast girls? Which, I mean, are we celebrities?
Yeah, literally. Are we famous? No.
Yeah, I think it's definitely exceeded my expectations of
already
how well it's been received.
And I'm sorry, I think we actually do need to like go and kind of celebrate a little bit more, because like what is it? Today we're filming actually, so it's March 19th. This will be going out later in March, and we started this in January. Okay? Like it went live in January. That is like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And we are already seeing this. Like I'm really proud of us, honestly.
Me too. I think maybe we can talk a little bit about kind of like where we see things going.
Yeah.
So as much as it is our passion project and we're not doing this for like income or whatever, it is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
So Sophia edits every episode.
Oh yeah, we should lay it out for people because I feel like people need to know kind of what who they're talking to, because I feel like if you messaged on Instagram, if you
it's me. It's Lisa.
It's Lisa. I do not even touch the Instagram.
I'm the Instagram girl.
I should probably go in there once in a while and kind of like, but I don't want to mess anything up. So like that's Lisa. Lisa's the Instagram girl. She's also reaching out to you.
I'm the admin.
She is.
The admin girl.
Because she's just amazing at that. And like that, if it was up to me, oh my God, we would not be here.
But Sophia is the tech side. So
yes,
you guys have seen some behind the scenes, but we set up everything before each pod. Sophia does the audio and the video, makes sure everything's perfect. She edits every session, which is a ton of work. So yeah, it's a lot of work.
But I feel like we really like balance each other out. We have our roles, and like and then TikTok's just a fun thing. I'm not really I need to be better with that, but like
it's getting there.
It's gonna get there. And so if you guys are listening and you do have TikTok, we'd love a follow on there as well.
Yeah.
But we are so appreciative of everyone's support. Like it's actually been just so sweet. And I think that is probably a really big highlight for me, is knowing that this is like being well received.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I was saying, ways that you guys can support us. Eventually, it would be great to at least make enough money to kind of cover our time and costs. Yeah. And the way that we can do that is through ads and sponsors.
Totally.
So we can't get that sweet, sweet ad money until we have 1,000 downloads in 2 weeks. So if you guys aren't subscribing, if you're just like playing this, thank you. We love you, but you're not doing anything for us.
But press we that need those little download.
I don't know why. I don't know why this is a thing, but it is apparently.
I spoke to someone recently and I was like, it's all based on downloads. They're like, oh, but what about the listens? And I'm like, no, like it's only downloads. And they're like, oh, well, have you told people that? Because I didn't know that. Like, and so,
I don't download podcasts really, but now I will.
So if you're listening to this and you're enjoying this episode, please stop and download this right now. Click follow.
And then eventually we can get some ads, which will help cover our costs. Also, we've kind of mentioned it on our Instagram, but we'd love to partner with some businesses and even just local smaller businesses that would like us to talk about them and their services on the pod. Then
we would love to do that.
Hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up if you have something that you want kind of published.
Also recently, Wine Fest approached us and asked us to come, which was funny. We'll take wine as a payment.
Oh my God, yes.
So that was like a little influencing gig that we did, and it was super fun. So we'd love to do more of that, I think, in the future.
Oh yeah. If you have an event coming up and you want us there, we would love to
especially if it's wine and cheese.
Yeah.
Count us in.
Yeah, we'll never say no to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a good question. I love that. Yeah, thanks for being here, basically.
Yeah. Thanks for following along.
Okay, this question, where is it? Okay, do you ever worry about your friendship when you're mixing work and friendship together? Right away, off the bat, say, we started with work. So I think we're just like, that's not even anything I would ever think of.
No, I mean, the thought did cross my mind when we started the pod, but I feel like we've had such open conversations about it, saying, you know what, if you're feeling too overwhelmed, I'm never going to be mad if you're like, hey, we need to pause this for a bit, or if you're not feeling it anymore, our friendship comes first.
Yeah.
So
the open communication is key, and you're just so amazing at that. I literally, you'll always follow up. It's a good vibe check, and same to you. This is the thing about this is there's really we went into it with no expectations, and it's a beautiful thing that's growing and flourishing, but we continue with that, right? Like, and our work and our life and our friendship comes first. And
yeah, I think we're both really good too at being like, hey, this week's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's take a break and we'll circle back next week.
Yeah.
Or Sophia's really good at turning her phone off at like 7 p.m. and not responding. So some mornings I always like, we never quite line up on when one of us is really motivated. So sometimes she'll send me 50 messages being like, we should do this. What about this? I have an idea. And I'll be like, yeah, cool. A few days later, she's like in bed and I'm like, what if we did this? So yeah, I think we are never afraid to have those conversations or be like, we need a break or whatever.
Totally. Yeah. So I think that it's going to be good.
That's a good question.
And I think just work too. Like we're used to working together. So we're just off to a great start.
I think definitely I couldn't do this with all friends, but just our vibe that we have together makes us work.
Some things work
well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would we even fight about? I mean, we literally had we had the same meeting with the same person last week and didn't fight about it. So we're good.
I think, I don't see any fights in the future.
Let's hope not. Okay, I have a question from Cole. Who you guys loved. Just a shout out to Cole. We had so much fun with you on the pod.
Yeah, that was awesome. He shared so many good points.
He says, first look or no first look?
Oh, see, like, and I always tell my couples, like, it's beautiful either way, but I am definitely leaning towards first look. What about you?
It depends on the time of year for me, which sounds like a weird answer, but if you have a first look in the middle of summer when the days are really long, then you're having your first look at like noon when the light is garbage. So it's not the best time to be taking photos anyway.
That's true.
It's kind of dependent upon your timeline. If you want to be there and have cocktail hour, which I encourage all my couples to do, but then it's better to have a first look because you can do the bulk of your photos before, but then they might be in like not the best light. So
that's true.
I don't know. I'm 50-50. I don't.
Yeah. There's exactly like you said, 50-50. There's good on this side, good on that side. Yeah. Also negatives of either. But I will say one thing that couples have always brought up to me is like, we just don't want to like lose the impact of that first look down the aisle. And I will just say I do, like, for the first look people, you have that intimate moment, you still have that
nothing
entrance.
Will take that away.
No. You still come down. Like,
I think it's good for couples maybe that are a little bit more shy or that know they're going to be really emotional on the day. That would be really hard having those feelings in front of 100 people. So taking that private moment for yourselves beforehand kind 100%. Of gets those like that really nervous energy out of the way, and then you can be more present throughout your ceremony. But
and vows, like if you're not wanting to share vows in front of 100 people, but you want to share vows on your day, doing them in letters in the morning or a private first look is always nice too. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. Thanks, Cole. Have there ever been kids that ruined a wedding?
Oh, we've talked about golf cart kid.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
He didn't ruin it.
He didn't ruin it.
Almost
things happen. And
no, kids are insane. I've talked about how kids are psychopaths. But they really know how to liven up a day. And honestly, if kids are a part of your wedding, something's gonna go crazy, but it's always in the best way, and it's so funny. I love I make friends with all the kids at the weddings and like follow them around because whatever they're up to is like hilarious.
Oh yeah.
So
and I love getting photos of them running around. They're so cute.
Yeah, they're so cute.
I will say, like, if you think that when they're supposed to walk down the aisle and they end up not or like going a different way, and you think that ruins, like, I think you should maybe consider not having kids at your wedding because I think that would not ruin a day for me. I think that's cute. Like, and it's all those little random
if you're having
things
kids there, expect something to happen that doesn't go according to plan.
Totally.
I don't think they could ruin it. Honestly, nothing should ruin your day.
No.
Okay, I've got like 2 more. Social media. Talk about things you like that people use it for and things that cringe.
That's a hard one because I'm really promoting like sharing yourself on social media a lot more. Like, yeah, you're a business, but people love to see who you are behind the business.
Yeah, and that's why they hire you, because they like you.
And I don't think anything's really cringe, or at least I'm not thinking of it right now. I see a smile. Do you have something? What do you think?
I also think you should share yourself, which is, it feels cringe until you kind of just stop caring what people think. Yeah. But I'm sure I have friends that see my stories and see me talking and are like, cringe. But that's part of the business, and you really do have to talk to your phone, put yourself out there. I think I don't love a rant. Yes. I mean, we did start a podcast where we rant.
I'm like, wow, okay. But, so
I don't know. I think trying to keep it positive. There's ways to address negative things, but I do find some people, we were talking about this with the guest that we had on yesterday, but some people's Instagram persona makes you think they're this person, and then you meet them in real life and you're like, oh, that's not who they are at all. And I think there's definitely people that tend to lean into like the negative things a lot. And I think taking a step back and really looking at a series of your posts and being like, okay, what if I didn't know me, what am I like saying to the world? Because you make a post and forget about it and post the next one. But if you're constantly talking about negative things or whatever, then that's kind of what you're like putting out into the world. A few years ago, someone said to me, oh, we can tell from your Instagram that you're just like so tired. And I realized that this was at the end of wedding season. And I realized that like I was just on my stories a lot being like talking about how I'm tired. I post about how I was tired, and I was like, oh, I'm actually like not that tired, but that was just what I was putting out there.
That's what is being perceived. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good point, is the negativity and stuff too. It's hard. I don't think that there's really social media and like, okay, TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok a little bit, because I think Instagram and TikTok are 2 different beasts.
Yeah, they are.
Instagram is definitely like more business side, whereas TikTok can really boost a business if it goes right. But like, I think the only things I find cringe on there where I'm like, okay, like I can't watch this is like when people are really, really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like,
yeah.
Am I really weird?
No.
I don't even know what kind of point I'm just going to cut that out, Lisa. I don't know.
I think
there's no point.
Okay, this is such a minor thing, and it's just proof that, again, that I'm a huge nerd, but like spelling mistakes are a huge cringe for me.
How are we even friends?
The few times I've like posted a spelling mistake, I'm like mortified. So definitely proofread your posts.
I don't proofread.
I think using some sort of like preview or planner so you can see how your posts all come out is helpful.
So helpful.
Yeah, what else is cringe to me? I think being unhinged is hilarious to a point.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember, like, you do want people to hire you and they're looking at you on Instagram. So I almost feel like TikTok's the place to like do crazy shit and be a bit more unhinged. Instagram is definitely like, you have to be aware that like your potential clients are, I don't know, it's hard to keep it you, but also use it as a business tool.
It is. I think like it depends on the business as well. Like, we're going to just talk about photographers because that's what we know and love. Like, we're not selling more so a product that people might be interested in, but we're selling ourselves and our work and stuff. So people to engage on a post that's someone they've never met. It's a random couple. Like, it's low. It's lower, right? Like, unless it's something super artsy or something different. But for someone like my posts, the my top posts are posts of myself.
Same.
Like, because the people that are following us are there for us. And like, so I think it's good to be posting yourself and being like, hello.
I think people forget that we're just like a faceless bot behind our Instagram. So if you want people to really connect with you, you have to cringe it out, share face,
some of your life,
talk a bit.
You know what I will say? Okay, there's a fine line between oversharing.
Yeah.
So that's maybe what I find is cringe, is just a little too, like, because you, at the end of the day, like, this is why I have 2 different Instagrams, because I do like to share a little bit more personal stuff, but I will share that on my personal account.
Also for like maximum stalking.
Yeah. But definitely not on my like business account, because I think there is a fine line that you play as like,
I got rid of my personal one, or did I? Maybe I just use it for.
Well, that would be so rude, because I don't.
No, I don't have a personal one anymore. So I do find that a bit challenging, because I do want to share some of my personal work. So it's always kind of a weird thing, like blending that in. But actually, Amy from Modern Nest does it so beautifully. She has the most beautiful images of her family that just flow so well with her work, and it always inspires me to be like, oh, I should share some of my like personal ones of my family and my kids. So
I wonder if she listens to this podcast, and then
Amy,
this is just like a little Easter egg hidden in the mess of our conversations. I wonder. So if you are listening to this and you hear us shout you out, say hello.
Yeah, that's true.
We love your work.
Yeah. Well, those were some great questions.
Yeah.
There's a few we didn't get to, but we're going to save them for next time, I think.
Yeah, and if this like brought up any more questions for you guys, please send them to us, because we'd love to have more episodes like this, just answering random questions of yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been a great catch up.
Yeah, it has.
I guess maybe should we share what they can look forward to, or a couple upcoming episodes?
Yes. So a big one that has been commented and asked for quite a bit has been family drama and all that. We have filmed it. We are just waiting for the right time to release it.
It's coming.
It is coming. There's a couple more guests that are coming, but we kind of like to keep our guests secret until leading up.
If you guys listen to or follow Call Her Daddy, we're inspired by her like drops of her guests. So we're trying to build a buzz here.
Yeah.
This is our marketing strategy.
It could be working in the opposite effect, but we're hoping that it's not.
So kind of loosely, our format is that we're going to have you and I one week and then a guest the next episode.
Exactly.
So for now, we're going to stick to every 2 weeks. Once we get some sweet sponsorships, maybe we'll expand next year to every week. But like we said, it's a lot of work. So
it would be awesome to.
Yeah. We'll see. If you guys want to hear more from us, you got to hit those download buttons.
And then, if you ever want to watch us.
Yeah.
Put us on
our
your
YouTube
TV
channel's
screen.
A little lonely over there. So go give it a follow.
Yeah. Throw that on while you're editing at home, just on the TV.
And then should we talk about something? So this is one of our super motivated day ideas. We haven't put it into action yet, but we're kind of like floating it out there.
Yeah.
As we've talked about, Sophia does video. She does photo too, but video is her passion. I do photo. You guys can hire us together to shoot your family or your engagement or your wedding or your branding, anything.
The most recent rage that I've done a lot of in the last couple months is save the date videos. So if you're looking for a unique way to announce your engagement or invite RSVPs, it's video. It's so fun. It's such a unique way.
Yeah, so you can book us together. And something that we probably don't have time for it this year. It's on a long list of things we want to do, but eventually we'd like to maybe launch something like a collaboration that we can work together and shoot photo and film.
Yes, this is a little hint to something that might be coming. Also, we're going to just keep giving teasers on everything that's coming up here. We have spoken about this, but we'll see if it actually happens. We have such a great community started here with the podcast. We would love to do like a little get together with all of our listeners, have a little picnic day or some type of collaborative day, bring your camera, hang out, get to know each other, because I feel like there are so many new faces that maybe we have never met, and just creating like a safe space for them to come and say hello and get to know us. And I think that'd be really fun.
The best way to be aware when we share all of this stuff or when it drops is to follow our Insta, because we'll 100%. Definitely update you guys. And then the last little teaser is we get a lot of questions and comments about our sweatsuits every week.
Oh, yeah, we do.
They're not from any specific place, but we've kind of considered maybe having our own someday.
Yeah, so we're looking into this, potentially having some merch for you guys. And if you guys are interested in that and you hear this, message us right away on Instagram. Let us know your thoughts on that.
We want to know you're going to buy it. Before we commit.
We also, that being said, that's in the works probably for next year. But if there are any local Calgary or Alberta or Canadian sweatsuit companies that have some really awesome sweatsuits that you guys want us to wear or promote on here, we would love to receive some merch. So get to it. Like, let's reach out. We're ready.
This is also the launch of our influencing career, so feel free to send us any free shit. Yeah. We will talk about it at
We'll hang it up. We'll wear it. We'll talk about it. We'll do anything you want us to do. We're so stoked
just selling
for this opportunity.
Our souls here.
Okay, this was such a nice episode to just chat and get some things off the plate and like just have a little catch up.
Yeah.
Love this.
Well, here's to hopefully fully booked. Couple of weeks. And we'll see you guys back here soon.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for listening and following along. It would mean the world to us if you could subscribe and leave a rating and a review. 5 stars only.
We come out with new episodes every second Thursday. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at the NFF Podcast and on YouTube at No Fucking Filter Podcast.
We would love to hear from you if you have any episode ideas or any crazy stories to tell.
We are always accepting new sponsorships, or if you'd like to be featured on the podcast, feel free to reach out. Bye.